Welcome to Herb 101. Today is part one of a four-part series of one of my favorite underappreciated herbs. Now this herb goes by many names. You might know it as Jiao Gu Lan, Xiansao, Southern Ginseng, or Gynostemma penaphyllum. No matter what you call it, it is a fascinating herb, and each one of these names kind of gives us a little bit of a clue as to how it gets used, what its history is, and what the science says. So let's talk about one of my favorite underappreciated herbs. And today we're going to start with the name Jiao Gu Lan. Now the Jiao and the Gu here refer to the climbing habit. It's like a twisty, climby. Oh, I have a prop. This is Jiao Gu Lan. So this is what when you buy it commercially for extraction or whatever, this is what it looks like. And you can see the stems in there from the sort of climbing part of it. All right. And the lan here refers to a blue color. And it's generally a color that's like a plant dye, is where you see it in other names of Chinese medicine plants. But this plant wasn't really used in dye making, at least as far as I can tell. Now, if you've been in herb circles long enough, you've probably heard the story of Jiao Gu Lan, that in the 70s, China did a census and they looked at the data and they were like, there's a head scratcher. These people all seem to be really old. And they were like, oh, it's probably an administrative error, right? So we'll go down and we'll just double check it, right? They go down there and the people are like, nah, we drink this and it makes us live for a really long time. Okay, this, when you hear this story, a lot of times this is where it stops and people start drawing conclusions. And I think that that's unsupported, because let's go ahead and talk about, like, there was some research that was done and people came up with this, the concept of blue zones, right? These are areas, little pockets of places where people seemed to live for a long time. And I know there's been some pushback on that, but let's just sort of take it as true that in places where you get a lot of functional exercise, you have a plant forward diet, you have community and purpose, that those four things will probably lead to at least a longer, healthier life. Was it the tea? Or was it the fact that those four things also showed up in these populations that drank the tea? So I'm not sure that the tea is the special sauce. It probably had an effect, but I'd be careful about drawing conclusions from it. Now in part two, we're gonna go from long-lived to immortal, and we're gonna talk about some of the more sort of mystical aspects of this herb. Stay tuned, thanks for watching.